What's up, guys? And today I'm going to be teaching you how to set up your first tank. So my first instinct is to first go and research what kind of fish can go in the kind of tank that you have space for and how to take care of them on your own. So, and then you want to figure out what size tank works for you. If you live in an apartment or if you live in a small house or you don't have any room or any big space to put a big tank, don't just go to the store and just pick up a random 75-gallon tank and just not knowing even where you're going to put it. Before you buy your tank, you're gonna need to know where you want to put it. Because if you don't, you'll bring it home without a place to put it, and then you'll put it in a place that you don't want it, which will make you sad, and you don't want that, right? So you gotta pick the tank that's work for you. If you have a big space or a shelf top like I do right here, a nice good sized shelf top or a big table or something, you could put a larger tank. And when you buy your tank, you're gonna have to know what kind of tank you want to put in it and what kind of fish. Because you have to buy the right stuff and the right tank for that fish. If you're going to get a tank like this one, around 30 to 40 gallon tank, with communal fish are fish that can be together. And a lot of people say that, oh, never mind, I'll get to that later. So something like this tank, which is a 36-gallon tank, could be a lot of things. It could be like with all these communal fish, and you could put a couple semi-aggressive fish like a rainbow shark or an angelfish in here and something like that, and it won't be a problem, but you don't want to have a bunch of semi-aggressive fish or some fish that will actually eat your other fish. Like, for example, if you have a tank like this with these communal fish, you don't want to just go to the store and immediately buy 5 African cichlids. Then the African cichlids, first of all, there won't be enough space because they can grow over a foot, and they will eat the other fish. So you have to pick the right fish. Or if you've got a tank like this, you can make it an African cichlid tank. If you're gonna make an African cichlid tank, you want rocks because they like rocky areas. You could add a couple plants like this and a couple artificial plants like this one, and you're gonna want to start. And when you're making your tank, you want to make sure it's scaped in a good way. So you don't want to put one single little plant like this blue one right here and then just say that's it, and because you're lazy, and then you just put in your fish. You want to scape it out and make it the right way for the kind of fish that you're going to be getting. So like I said, if you're making African cichlid tanks, you're gonna want to get some rocks, like this big rock I have in the back. You don't want to just get that though. You want to get some different cool rocks formations and put them in your tank so the cichlids have different places to hide. Because if you're gonna turn a tank like this into an African cichlid tank, or a tank like this size, you could probably put ranging from 10 to 15 African cichlids in a tank like this. and you need to get cichlid food because you can't just feed cichlids bug bites or flakes for sharks and catfish and stuff. You have to get the right food. That's one thing that's pretty important. If you don't give them the right food, and then the fish that aren't supposed to eat that food, it's possibility they could get sick. They might not. They might get sick. You never know. And if you're gonna get a smaller tank, like a 5-gallon tank, a 3-gallon tank, a 3-gallon tank, you could probably only fit like a molly, 2 mollies, 2 platies, or maybe just a beta or something. But if you're gonna get like a 5-gallon tank, you could put a couple betas in that 5-gallon tank, or one. You could put 1 or 2 or 3 betas, and platies are great fish for 5-gallon tank. You could stock a 5-gallon tank with platies. You could put mollies, things like platies, mollies, glowfish, tetras, minnows, guppies, and stuff like that is gonna work perfectly for a 5-gallon tank. Another thing that a lot of people like to get for their 5-gallon tank is a male beta, but female betas are good too. A lot of people like male betas better because they have a lot of colors and like more fins on them. Well, not really more fins, but just generally people think they're better. But female betas are actually just as good. They also have colors. They also have good fins. And you could put female betas. I mean, it's your choice because it's your tank. But you should probably put what's right in it. Female betas is okay. They're good too. But what you don't want is because if you want to maybe go watch some videos on YouTube like this one or other videos and go research stuff and about fish, because if you, for example, get a 5-gallon tank, you don't want to just go to the store not knowing what fish are best for the tank and then just buy them and then you put them in the tank and then they all die. So that's why you want to pick out the right fish. And you don't want to just get a 5-gallon tank or a 10-gallon tank and then go to the fish store, buy 20 African cichlids and put them in, and then it's too small of a tank and then they all die. No. You have to pick the right fish. That's a really important habit. Well, not really habit, but a really important thing about keeping fish. You have to pick the right fish for your tank. And for the kind of fish you want to, in the tank, you want to put the kind of habitat that they like. Like for betas, they like figurines and like ornaments in their tank. Not really Christmas tree ornaments, but like figurines and stuff like that. And a couple cool plants here and there would be good too, colorful ones. And if you're gonna get fish like these communal fish here, like danios, or mollies, platies, glowfish, tetras, and platies and mollies and stuff like that, they can basically do anything. You can stick some rocks in there, some figurines, and some plants, and they'll like that because they like a mixed up tank. Like they enjoy in here because there's rocks, there's plants, there's rocks, there's plants, there in there. And you want to scape it the right way because you don't want to just drop in plants and not knowing like what they're gonna do or anything. And yeah. And a lot of people think that betas can't be together, but betas actually do well in groups. if you have a 5-gallon tank and stick like 3, 4, or 5 betas in there, they'll do perfectly. And you have a nice little beta in there. You could put 2 betas and then put a couple other little fish like guppies or a couple minnows or something like that. And yeah. Okay, now we're going to get to the right food. So if you're going to get a tank like this with all these communio fish, most communio fish will eat something like tropical flakes or normal fish flakes or bug bites. If you want your fish to have better color and have a prettier color, then you could get the color enhancing formula. And bug bites, they really like bugs because, well, yeah, fish like bugs. They do, right? Yeah, these are just dead bugs. Bug bites. And if you're gonna get something like a shark, not like an ocean shark, but like something like a rainbow shark or a catfish, like one of these kinds of fish, you're gonna need special pellets. You're gonna need these special sinking wafer pellets. Get a couple out for you to show you. Here. Oop. Something like this will work. And if you want to, you could add a couple snails in there because then you'll have, but you don't really need snails because they really don't do anything besides just crawl around the tank eating algae. But if you want a couple snails, that'd be good too. And then we've talked about the food, what kind of fish you want for a bigger or smaller tank, and what you could make your tank. And now let's talk about the big stuff. So if you got a 55-gallon tank, you could turn that into a lot of things. An African cichlid aquarium, a communal fish aquarium with a lot of communal fish. You can make it an angelfish aquarium. You can make it a betta aquarium. You could make it an aquarium for mollies and platies. But yeah, you don't want to, if you think that filling it up with a bunch of cool different fish and like 2 tetras and 4 angelfish and 1 cichlid, well, you can't really do that, but like 4 tetras, 2 angelfish and a guppy and 2 guppies, like, and you think that if you add more they're gonna die. That's not true because you can put a lot of fish into a 55-gallon tank and still but to fit a lot, you have to put the right fish, because if you put 10 to 15 angelfish, or maybe even 20 in a 55-gallon tank, and you add a lot more of other kinds of fish, and it'll be overcrowded and a lot of fish will die. So you can put a lot of fish, but they have to be the right fish, like I talked about earlier. And it's genuinely easier to take care of a bigger tank than it is of a smaller tank. I don't really know how to explain how, but it is. And if you get something like 75-gallon tank, 98-gallon tank, or a like 120, 180-gallon tank, you can fit a lot. You can do a lot with that. Don't be afraid to put a lot in there. But eventually it will be too much. So don't go to the store just is what you don't want to do is go to the fish store and just go crazy with buying every single fish in the store, thinking that you can fit it all in your tank, because you can't. Because some fish will grow, some fish some fish it won't be the right temperature. For some fish, you just can't fit all of that. But you can put a lot. But you don't want to get out of control with it. Okay, now we're going to talk about how to set it up. So once you do your research, you get your tank. You pick out your tank. You're gonna probably want gravel, because first of all, it'll make it look better, and second of all, that's just pretty much what you want to do. That it's good to have gravel. And you're gonna want to get a couple plants, a couple rocks, maybe a couple figurines, and then you're gonna want, if you want a glow tank for glowfish or other fish that like to be in glow, then you can make it a glow light. But glowfish don't have to be in a glow light, because I keep glowfish in here. Like I have a blue glowfish and a purple glowfish, and they do great in here. Glowfish do great in here without the glow light, and it'll be just as good with the glow light. But then you're gonna want to get a couple plants, and the first thing, the first thing is researching and buying a tank. But the first thing you put in the tank before anything is gravel. You stick in the gravel, and then you do everything else. So you're gonna want to get the right size filter for your tank, and get the right size filter pads for that filter, and you want to get a good sized heater. So after you put in the gravel, you can use the plants and the figurines and the rocks you have to scape out your tank a little bit the way you want to. And then once you've done that, you put it where you want, then generally you would get your heater, and then you would have a suction cup. You'd put a suction cup thing around it, I don't know if you can tell, but there's a suction cup on the heater in the back that sticks it to the wall, or else it'll just fall down into the gravel, and it would look ugly. And then you would get the filter. And if you're getting fish that aren't that strong, like really small little minnows or that aren't that strong, you want to try to avoid them getting sucked into the filter. And also shrimp. Shrimp can also get sucked into a filter because they're not that strong. But just because a fish is small doesn't mean it's not strong. Like platies and mollies are pretty strong fish. But wait 1 second. You just gotta make sure that the fish don't get sucked into the filter, because that could happen. And you don't want to leave the feeder hole open. See, this is the feeder hole up here. And right now I have to feed my fish because I opened it and show you guys, but now I have to feed them. Here we go. Come on. And I just recently got some blue fish. I have 3 silver tetras, and only one of them I've ever seen come up to eat. Maybe 2. Yeah, I've seen 2 of them come up to eat before. I have 3. I didn't realize how fun it was to just look off the top of the tank like this. Okay, and then And then once you've gotten your filter in, and you put the top on, and you've got the lights and stuff, then it's time to get your fish. Then once you're done setting up your tank, you can do some research again, or doing that before is best, and deciding what kind of tank you want your tank to be and what kind of fish you want to put in there, and check if that's the right fish for the tank and if they can go in that tank. You're ready to go buy your fish. But you don't want to go to the store and pick up 20 fish out of the blue. You want to start off with a couple, like 4 or 5 good little fish you can start with. And then once after they do good in there for like a week or so, you can put more fish in there, and then like another 4 to 5 fish, and depending on the size of the tank. And then once you've done that, if your tank is big enough, you can wait another week to put more fish in. But putting more fish in just depends on the size of the tank. And then your tank is completely done, and your house will have a great, pretty aquarium with awesome little fish. And I have one thing to show you. Don't think the video's ending here. Project I'm doing, and I'm actually doing it today. I'm doing it later today in another video. That's going to be tomorrow's video. I am setting up another fish tank in this house. Yes, I'm deciding if another 5-gallon fish tank. I haven't had what I'm going to put in there, but I'm thinking I'm going to put a group of betas. Because it's only 5 gallons. I mean, like, and my mom is probably going to say no to this, but I'll try to convince her into it. But if I can, convince her to get a 20-gallon tank right here on the floor. But I don't think she's going to say yes. I already have the heater. Oh, and also, when you pick up your fish tank, you're going to buy a net, just in case. Like, if you want to get a fish, if a fish dies, you want to get it out. If you want to move a plant, you can use that. But, like, so just get a net, just in case. And I have this little plant for it. This cool-looking orange plant. This pretty pink plant for it. And this ship figurine. And I have betta food, because I'm pretty sure I'm probably going to get bettas. It says beta food. Probably gonna get betas because they have a lot of pretty betas at the PetSmart. And then I have a net. But because I'm just getting a couple betas, I actually don't know yet, but I do. I don't know why I'm gonna need a net when they die, but I'll have it just in case, like I said. And if I can convince my mom to get another cool rock for this tank, then I'm gonna replace that cool rock with this. If I can convince my mom to get it. Well, we're at PetSmart today getting the stuff for that. And tomorrow you're gonna see the video of me setting up the tank. change. But actually, I don't know when you're going to see that video, but you're going to see that video somewhere between tomorrow and you're going to see that the video of me setting this up somewhere between tomorrow and Thursday of next week. Somewhere between them. I don't exactly know when, because I have a lot. I'm going to be filming getting these fish. I'm going to be, for this tank, I'm going to be filming, setting it up. I'm going to be filming, uploading videos. I'm going to be doing a lot of videos stuff this week, because I'm happy, because I got my audio back. Well, I didn't, but I've been using the camera app, but I can at least film videos now. So I'm going to be doing a lot of video stuff. So I don't know when that particular video is going to be uploaded, though, but it's going to be a fun one. And yeah. Okay. Actually, I'm going to peace out here. And this might seem weird to you, but I'm going to tell you one thing. I just keep I just keep a special jar of water in my room. It's just, I just think it's a special jar of water in my room. I don't know why, but you might be confused about why, but I don't know how to explain it. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. See you in the next one. Peace!